Four friends. Malaisimha was the prince of the Maruda kingdom. His friends were Gunashila, the minister's son, Jayasena, the general's son, and Dhanapal, the merchant's son. All four were classmates in the Royal Academy and after finishing their studies set out to see the world. When they reached the land of jasmine flowers, Malaisimha fell in love with the princess of that kingdom and she with him. The young prince wanted to marry her. She said, Lord, I have three friends. One is the daughter of a general, another the daughter of the minister, and the third the daughter of a diamond merchant in our land. My wedding must coincide with theirs. Unless suitors are found for them, I can't marry you. The prince told her about his friends, and the happy princess agreed to marry him. So it came to pass that four weddings were celebrated in a grand manner, and the four couples came to live in the kingdom of Maruda. Some days later, the old king of Maruda died and Malaisimha was crowned the new king of the land. At once he appointed his three friends to the posts of general, minister, and the keeper of the royal treasury. All four wives reached the advanced stage of motherhood. One day, all of them were conversing happily on the terrace of the palace when the king saw an eagle alight near him. His surprise was greater when it began to speak to him. Your Majesty, said the bird, in a few days 4 children will be born to you and your friends. But there is an evil spell on all the four wives because as little girls they had been guilty of torturing tiny birds. As they rejoice at the sight of their newborn babies, the babies would die. For 12 years they will have to endure this spell. After that it will be lifted. Then the eagle flew away. When Malayasimha relayed all this to his friends, they were all plunged into sorrow. Finally, they decided to separate the children soon after birth and bring them up in a distant place. The children would be recalled after the expiry of 12 years. Soon after birth, the newborn babies were removed to a place of safety where they grew up as bright young lads. 12 years passed in this manner. But suddenly, a new and more difficult problem arose. The children had been separated from their parents even before they had identified them. 12 years later, the problem assumed the size of a giant headache. Which lad was the royal prince? Which one the general's son, the minister's son, and the merchant's son? Even the children had been brought up in total ignorance of their parentage. Unable to resolve this dilemma, the king decided to consult an old minister of the realm, the father of the present incumbent, who had now retired and was living in seclusion. The minister listened in silence to their problem and then said, A naughty problem indeed, but there is a way. Let us test their natural abilities. Each lad must undergo a severe test to prove himself. In this way, we can easily find out something about their inherited traits. Then the old minister sent 4 old men to the lads and instructed them to bring each youngster to the capital one at a time. The first old man went to the teacher who taught the lads and informed him of the king's request to send the lads one by one to the city. So first one was set out accompanied by an old man. As they were passing through a thick forest, a dacoit ambushed them. But the brave lad fought bravely and finally disarmed the robber. Then he spoke to the fallen robber. I forgive you for your crime. Go free for this time. But if you persist in your crime, you will be severely punished. The dacoit ran off and the two continued their journey to the capital. When the minister heard what had happened, he gave the lad over to the king by saying that he was the royal successor to the throne. The second lad set out from the hermitage accompanied by another old man. While they were passing through a dense jungle, a robber waylaid them. At this, the lad remarked, Of what use is it to waylay us? We have no money on us. You should steal only from those who possess something. At these words, the robber left them and went his way. When the lad and his attendant reached the capital and related all to the minister, he led the youngster to his son, the present minister, by saying that the boy was his own grandson. The third lad, similarly escorted, was passing through a forest when his keen eyes saw the approach of a dacoit and quickly he bade the old man hide himself while he himself climbed a tree to escape detections. When the minister heard about this, he declared that the lad was none other than the son of the keeper of the treasury. The fourth lad was also ambushed by a lone dacoit, but drawing his sword, he fought so severely that the robber ran off without continuing the fight. Brushing himself, the brave lad said, "If only I had caught the robber, I would have presented him before the king." Then the old man and the boy reached the capital, and an account of the adventure was duly given to the minister, who declared that the boy was the son of the general of the army. Thus, the old minister restored each son to the bosom of his parents by discovering his innate qualities. The children were overjoyed to be united with their parents, and the king rewarded the old minister handsomely for his wisdom and sagacity. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Do provide your feedback in the comment section below. Thanks for listening.